That right there was P.O.L.O Dynaztee, and the P.O.L.O is P.O.L.O, and then the Dynaztee is like Dynaz, like with a Z.
Okay.
Dynaztee, and then T-E-E.
Okay.
You know, description box, folks. The description box will fucking let you know who that was exactly, spelled correctly, and all of that, and you could, you know, do your own Google searches. I found that off of a blog that I haven't been able to find again, but somebody put up a blog called The Gunshine State.
Oh, that's dope.
And he put up mad local underground.
I've always loved that
shit.
name too. Whenever they call the Gunshine State, I think that shit is so fucking dope. Whoever came up with that.
Yeah, man. So he had a whole blog, and I downloaded a lot of mixtapes and a lot of albums, obscure albums. That being one of them, that P.O.L.O Dynaztee one album. I'm not gonna front, like, I don't like every song on that album, but that joint is one of the standout tracks. There's another like 4 joints that I really like. But the only reason I even put that shit on here is because it's a dope joint and because you low fan. You know?
No doubt.
I thought it was cool that they were.
Nah, yo, I think that shit is dope.
Dynaztee,
Yeah, I think that shit is dope. And it's funny, like, to hear people with skill, right? Because, like, one thing that's for sure is, like, it doesn't matter what kind of music you're into. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody dope in every genre. You could say, okay, I can see how this guy could help progress that genre. Even if it's one that you don't like, you can be like, I fucking can't stand this shit. But, hey, man, this guy's pretty good. Fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But one of the things you was talking about while we were on the break and stuff, it's kind of like, which I agree with you on, there's kind of like a segregation in Miami of like the different styles of hip-hop, if you will. And then also like behind the Chicos and the blacks, we're not always getting together as much as we should.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, going back to like when you first got here and you started like doing stuff, I didn't know that like you had messed with Omniscient like way back.
Yeah.
And that track that I played off the Christmas episode I did, the Chiba joint.
Oh yeah.
I never realized that he was shouting you out in the beginning. You know how long I've been bumping that song?
That's crazy.
And I didn't hit me like, yo, is he shouting out the excess that I know?
Yeah, man.
And that shit was like, when did you put that out? You put that out on a mixtape, you told me, or some shit.
Yep. That was a Winter Break, a mixtape I did a long time ago, man. I did a couple of mixtapes I threw together. Fucking one was called Summer School Volume 1. I did Summer School Volume 2. I did Winter Break. I did Halloween Horror Nights. And then I had a bunch of cats on here. I had actually a bunch of dudes from Last Straws. I had Stats on there. I had Bogey. I had Sim. You know, I go way back with all of them. So it's like I met through Vic. You know Sick Vic?
Sick Vic,
yeah. So I met through Vic. You know what I'm saying?
I got a fire track that Sick Vic produced.
Oh, word?
Like underground that I took it from a DJ EFN mixtape.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'll show it to you when we off.
Yeah,
there,
yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, like the connections, how everybody's connected. I love that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole Kevin Bacon, 6 Degrees of Separation, like all the dope heads and shit is kind of fucking related, kind of not really, but not. But I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much how I met him and shit. I had him in the lab and shit, and he did that shit.
That's dope, man. That mixtape series that you were putting out, was it like a mixture of like, was it only like local MCs on beats, or was it like a mixture of like local MCs on beats and then like some tracks just to get down to some industry tracks or whatever? Industry
tracks and then local heads here and dope. There. Because the thing is, at the time, it's like nobody want to listen to you. There was like 100 million rappers, so it's like how can you trick people into listening to your shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I applaud when DJs do that, because there's some DJs that put out mixtapes with all this like out of state music and not one song from down here.
Yeah, fuck that though.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just whack to me. You know?
You always got to rep the crib.
Exactly. Yeah. So we got this other fucking joint, man.
Oh shit!
And it's from your catalog, dog.
Oh
and I don't think you've put it out yet, but this is a joint, if you will, that we will enjoy for tomorrow and the day after and the day after tomorrow.
All right.
Until the end of tomorrow's. All right, let's go. Let's get into this next joint.
Major malfunction.